Galaxy. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, no matter wherever you are. And I tell you what, I think we better do this. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and believe me, today I'm absolutely elated because we're heading all the way over to good old London town, catch up with a young lady by the name of Gina Ross, and believe me, you're going to love this. You really, really are. So I tell you what, let's kick it off. Here's Sunglasses in the Rain. Gina is joining us live right after this. So that gives us a minute to get to know each other.
Right, okay.
Which part of London are you in?
Well, actually, I'm actually in a little town called North Wales, actually.
Okay.
I usually pop down to London to do my recording, and obviously I have spent a lot of time there in the past. But my actual home is in North Wales,
Right.
So in the country, and lots of beautiful animals, lots of green, beautiful countryside. It has been said that Wales is quite sort of very similar to New Zealand in its scenery. So yeah, but I do tend to spend. I have spent in the past an awful lot of my time and career down in London. So
Fair enough. I've just got it written down here as London, so forgive me for getting it wrong.
Okay, we can keep saying London, but
the last time I was in Wales, I went and played rugby in Cardiff.
Oh, okay.
Believe me, but that was a long time ago. I was a schoolboy. I really was. That's right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. And today, absolutely elated because we're talking to Gina Ross. And Gina, welcome to Galaxy.
Thank you very much. It's my absolute pleasure to be here, DJ Grant.
Well,
absolute pleasure.
Believe me, Gina, I'm absolutely humbled that you would spend some time with us here in New Zealand, literally. And I got to give a shout out to Space Angel Music coming out of Miami as well. Got it, Chris. Absolutely love what you do, brother man. I really, really do. Now, Gina, I think I've followed you before. I think I've known your career over the years. I've got to be honest with you. And when I hear Sunglasses in the Rain, now, I've worked with a young lady by the name of Cher back in the day.
Okay.
And I get the same sound. Literally, to me, when I very first heard this, and believe me, I don't get any information when I very first hear the music. Everything is based on the music itself and the quality and the artist itself. And we have the best indie artists in the world. The very first time I heard Sunglasses in the Rain, I actually did think it was Cher.
Wow. Oh, gosh. Oh, wow. What an absolute wonderful compliment. Thank you very much. Though, it has actually been said that I do actually do sound like her, and again, as I said, what an absolute compliment. But when we were recording Sunglasses in the Rain, I didn't really have any thought that I sounded like her, and it was only when it started getting the radio airplay that the listeners were calling in and saying, is that Cher? Is that Cher's new single? And it was the correction of no, it's Gina Ross. But yes, yeah, it has been said, and I mean, very flattered that I should have that association with such a mega, mega, mega superstar.
Well, I got to be honest with you, Gina. I have actually worked with Cher on her retirement tour that she did around the world. Literally, I did the one in Auckland, New Zealand at the Albany Stadium there, and spent a lot of time with Cher over that period of time and got to know her very, very personally, not only hearing her through my headphones, but being able to speak to her on a one-to-one level as well and get to be able to know what her expectations were. Absolutely love her work, and I love your work. I really do. I've been an engineer now for about 47 years in the game,
Right.
and I only listen to the best in the world. And I got to welcome you along. Literally, I got to thank you as well. At the same time, I've got a young lady coming out of Palermo, Sicily. Her name is Tina. She's asking, how, as a fan, do I get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on X? Are you a talker? But more importantly, Gina, do you respond?
Of course I do. Of course I do. And yes, I'm on Instagram and on Facebook. And I have my own website, which is ginaross.co.uk. And of course, when fans and listeners get in touch with me, it's my absolute pleasure and honor to reply to them. And I not only is it extremely good manners, which I was brought up with, but it is just a way of saying thank you very, very much for taking the time to ask that question or to be inquisitive about me. And I feel extremely honored and humbled when fans and listeners do reach out and want to talk to me. I am very, very humbled by that.
Now, I got a young man by the name of Dean coming out of Utah, and he's asking Gina, do you have a merch store? Where can I buy a cap, a koozie, and a t-shirt?
Oh gosh, okay. Well, I'm sure in the not too distant future they will be becoming available. At the moment, we're trying to discuss with the singles that have been released which one would be a really good one to begin with. The artwork for Sunglasses in the Rain we felt was pretty good to begin with. So it was a case of saying maybe Sunglasses in the Rain, and then of course with the other songs coming out and the artwork involved with them, we're going, oh gosh, now we simply don't know which one to go with. But as soon as we do decide which artwork we're going to go with initially, they'll be on sale. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, keep me in mind. Send
Oh,
me one.
absolutely.
I'd be happy to wear one of your t-shirts while I do that. And believe me, I do a lot of interviews, and I do wear a lot of t-shirts from a lot of bands. Today I've been dressed officially because we've got royalty here today, literally. So they made me get it all dressed up. By the way, there's one up here called GLI. I will explain that to you very, very shortly because I think you'll be very interested in that. But before that, I want to talk about Wandering Girl. Tell me a little bit about this.
Gosh, well, Wandering Girl is a very, very powerful and very personal song for me that I wrote with an absolute wonderful record producer, a guy by the name of Martin Sutton, and Martin has written for many, many big bands, Mike and the Mechanics, Gary Barlow, Pixie Lott, Sir Cliff Richard. There's just too many to mention. You know, these amazing stars. And so when I went down to him, I already had this song in my mind and already had written the lyrics out. And basically, it's a tale of someone who meant an awful lot to me, who meant a great deal to me. She was a family relative. And as a young girl, I mean, we're talking about absolute stunning beauty. And with that came the desire to want to do something with that beauty. And the bright lights of London called her. And she was riding high for such a long time. You know, everyone wanted her and magazines wanted her. And basically after a period of time, all the partying, all the nightlife, all, you know, what goes with that sort of lifestyle started, unfortunately, to get to her. And it was a situation where she basically got lost. That's the kindest way I can say it. And she was so lost that unfortunately it did cost her life. And what happened was in the lyric, because I don't think it was pride, I think she was just too frightened to call home. And what I said in the song was, you know, the meaning of it was, you know, when you find yourself in trouble, reach out to those that still love you and still want you, and still want you in their lives. And unfortunately, my beautiful late relative didn't do that. And so therefore, there was no one she thought was there for her. And what I really wanted to say in the song was that, that the meaning behind the song was that, you know, just reach out when times get tough. Just reach out to those that love you, because they're listening and they want to hold you and be with you once again. So,
you know, I can relate. I really can. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and we're joined live by Gina Ross, His Wandering Girl. How you feeling, Gina? You okay?
wonderful. It's, yeah, really enjoying it. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure. Absolute. How many countries are tuned in right now?
160.
160 countries are tuned in.
Gosh, this is amazing. Oh my gosh. How wonderful is that?
Honestly, Gina, the number you want is the one at the end of this, only because it's still going up. And that is the IP addresses for everybody that's tuned in. But we can't tell whether it's one person or 10 people in a warehouse or anything. It's just the computer itself. You know what I mean? But I promise you, you'll be pleasantly surprised. I really do.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Speaking of stats, how many cities?
5985.
5,985 cities are tuned in.
Gosh. Oh, gosh, that's a lot of places. That's a lot of places.
I wouldn't want to
a lot of places to go to.
Yes, absolutely. Now, funny you were talking about a magazine in that last bit, because I would like to put you in a magazine, if that's okay with you. I would like to be able to promote you a little bit more than what we can here.
Right.
And this magazine comes out of Bangalore, India.
Oh, wow. Oh, gosh. Yes, please do. Because obviously, you know, I have been to India in the past.
Exactly.
Absolutely beautiful nation of people. Absolutely so warm, so friendly, so kind. And, oh, gosh. Yeah, that would be my honour. Thank you very much. Yes, indeed.
No, it's my honour. In fact, it's our honour here to be able to do so, because we only put the best of the best into this magazine. So believe me, By the way, we're putting Chris in there as well.
Excellent.
We really are.
Yeah, wonderful.
That's right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. And today we're talking live with Gina Ross coming, well, I say here it says London, but, well, we tracked her down somewhere else. I got to be honest with you. I'm not going to tell you. Really not. Otherwise, you'll be phoning her up all the time, won't you? I know you guys, I do. So, Gina, welcome to Galaxy. It's such a pleasure to have you here with us. And by the way, just a little side salad here. You spoke about Mike and mechanics. I know Mike. I knew him when he was with Genesis back in the day.
Right.
Worked with
Wow,
them.
that's wonderful. Gosh, I'll tell Martin that. I will definitely pass that on to Martin.
Way back in the day, believe me, gosh, it was a long time ago when they did Home by the Sea and everything like that. It really was, Mama. Yeah, absolutely. And it was a pleasure to work with them too. I've worked with some seriously big bands over the year, and as not only as a front of house, also as a studio engineer as well, and worked with some of the bigger names. I've been very, very blessed, to be very honest with you, in my career, and I'm still doing it, which is really weird. It really is. Having said that, we were just having a little chat about India, and I'm not going to give too much away just yet. And I do want to talk to you though about the Aga Khan. Now this is a story I really have to get down to. Please give me the skinny on this.
Right. Okay. Well, I got an engagement at a hotel called the Taj Hotel in Bombay, as it was then, now Mumbai, and it was an amazing engagement. It was for 6 weeks, and at the rooftop there was like a cabaret venue and a very wonderful, outstanding restaurant. I always remember having the lobster thermidor there, just the best, absolutely the best. Anyway, so this one evening, I got a visit from His Highness the Aga Khan, his representative, and he said to me, Gina, His Highness is going to be coming to see your show tonight. And I says, gosh, I'm very honored. Thank you very much. He says, but I just have to advise you that if His Highness decides to get up and leave, we all have to leave. Now, you're talking about an entourage of about 50 or 60 people, and they're all sat at the front. And obviously, I'm sort of just hoping and praying that they're enjoying the show. Needless to say, thank goodness, by the end of my show, they were all still seated and no one got up to to leave. And so, yeah, it was quite an amazing thing for the representative to come and tell me that, and for me to be super confident, just like, gosh, he's, he can't go, he can't leave, he can't, anyway, thank goodness. I mean, the relief was palpable. I was so pleased that His Highness the Aga Khan did not get up and leave. So that's, yeah. It was such a wonderful time.
Absolutely fantastic. Got to let you know, Barbara and I, we've already been to India a couple of years ago, and we were there on business, literally. To be honest with you, we were invited over there to host a 3-night music festival called the International Independent Music Festival, coming out of Kerala. And so we get there, but that wasn't quite the reason we were there. We did host it. I got to be honest, we really did host it, but we were there for other business, unbeknownst to us, which now has transpired into a partnership over there and all sorts of weird and wonderful things. So Barbara and I are going to be back there in the second week of January, literally, to open up a whole new business, literally. And believe me, it's been, quite the red tape and quite the fight and quite everything,
Yes.
and everything that, but we've managed to get there. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that very, very shortly. But first of all, I spoke to Chris, and the magazine that we would like to put you into is called Lazy Indie Magazine. Now, believe me, got a huge following. It really, really does. And it's a quality magazine. We don't get involved in anything that isn't quality in any way, shape, or form. So we work with the best people around the world, and we interview the best artists, such as yourself, around the world. And believe me, I think you're one of the best in the world today. I really do. And I want to forward that into the magazine. But at the same time, there's more little benefits that come with that. And I'll tell you more about that very shortly. But just to let you know, we've already jacked something up for Chris to go in it. And he's going to not only talk about his whole career, but it's leading up to, of course, the movie that he's associated with.
Yeah, well, I had the honour of going to see the premiere of I Was Born This Way here in the UK, and it was incredible. It truly was. And the director, Daniel Judge, was so wonderful and so kind and so friendly, and it was an absolute pleasure and honour to meet him. And it's an extremely moving film, and when someone like Carl Bean shows such level of compassion and kindness, you can only be extremely moved by who this wonderful human being was, just tremendous. I mean, I'm actually getting quite emotional just thinking of the film, because it is just so incredibly moving. And of course, with Chris's song that he wrote with Bunny Jones as the title film, and with Chris also being featured in the movie, it was such an honor for me, because obviously Chris being my representation and my co-writer, it was just the ultimate in being so proud. It really was. Yeah, I'm so immensely proud of him and the whole cast and the directors, because it was such an honor to see such an amazing film. I can't even begin to tell you how incredible it is. Can't wait for you to see it.
That's a huge plug, Chris. Well done. Awesome. But at the same time, you did mention co-writer. Now, we're talking here about everywhere. Tell me about this, because Chris gets emotional when we talk about it. Give me your version of this.
So So I've met Chris roundabout, it will actually be about a year in the November of last year. And basically, I was on a radio show, and he had been listening in. And he says, I really enjoyed Wandering Girl, actually. He says, and I'd love to represent you in America. And I went, gosh. I says, gosh, that would be wonderful. Thank you very much. So over the time, we got to know each other, and you know, sometimes we would have a chat, and he would tell me that of the songs that he had produced and composed. And I says, well, I mean, do you have anything that I can listen to? And he says, well, I have this composition, this piece of music. And so he sent it to me, and again, I mean, I was so moved by the absolute the magnitude of the composition. It just touched me so much. And so a couple of months later, I says, gosh, now I really do want to sit down and concentrate and work on a narrative which I'd never ever done before. And so one Sunday afternoon, I sat down, and I've got to be honest with you, the words just flowed from me. There wasn't a lot of gosh, what can I say next? What do you think comes next? Gosh, no, I can't think of a line there. It literally just came out, and I wrote it all down. And believe it or not, that was the first and only lyric and draft that we'd done. There was no second, no third, no fourth, no fifth draft. That was it, the very first one. And so I went into the studio and recorded it, and then sent it to Chris. And I got a phone call. I mean, they're about 5 hours behind. Is it behind? Yeah. And so I recorded it in the morning, sent it to him, and then by the afternoon he'd called me, and he just said, "This is wonderful." I says, "No, your music is wonderful. It made it quite easy for my emotions to be able to say what I wanted to say." And he had said, he says, I got extremely emotional when I was listening to it. And I thought, gosh, well, I'm very, very pleased that you like it, and we decided to go with it. And it was written for my late mother, who I nursed through being extremely poorly. And I always thought that after she left this plane, the earth, that how could she come back to me? How could she tell me that, I'm never far away? I always remember her writing something in a book once, and she said, I love you even after I'm gone and I'm no longer here. And I thought, how can you tell me? How can you come back? And that was the basics of the lyric, of the narrative, should I say, that I was able to be moved and to just let the words flow from me. Yeah.
I got to be honest with you, when I first heard this, I said to the crew, hauntingly fascinating. Absolutely found it hauntingly fascinating. I love it. I really do. You're right here at Galaxy, joined live today by Gina Ross, is everywhere. How do you feel, Gina? You okay?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. Is it going okay your end?
Oh, yes, absolutely. It's not often I get a lady asking me if my ear's going okay. Dear. Yes, I'm absolutely fascinated. Because I really, really feel I've been in some of these places where you've been, with some of the people that you've been with, just at a different time.
Right, right. Yeah, well, I mean, there's been so many places: Singapore, Indonesia, um, gosh, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Nigeria. There's been, I mean, my career has spanned, nearly 45. Well, if I started doing clubs and things when I was about 13, 14, 15 years of age, and so it's never really stopped since then. It's just continued, and then the writing started about 11 years ago, really concentrating on the writing, but really releasing the records. It will be, it'll be about 2 years in next January, February. So,
Very,
yes.
very cool. Well, you know something? I am so very, very proud to be able to promote you and play you here at Galaxy as well. And
Thank you.
believe me, we don't call our fans or an army or anything like that. It denotes violence, you know what I mean? We call ours the noise because they're loud. they're, not, they're not shy about getting in touch with us and telling us who and what they like. And pretty much that's how we do the breakfast show every morning. I get here about 9:30 at night, and I got to go past reception. And Rachel, she's a darling, she is. She leaves me 3 little USB devices out. One's marked paperwork, which basically means I have to pay people. You know what I mean? I've got to sign all of that off. And the other one's called Stats, which tells me how our company performed for the day over a 24-hour period. And the last one is called Noise, literally. And that one I take to production about 1:30 in the morning, give it to the boys there. They whack it into a machine, goes through all the numbers and sets a breakfast show. And I see your name there all the time, Gina, so absolutely well done.
Thank you. Gosh, bless. Thank you.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today, believe me, so elated to be able to be speaking with Gina Ross coming, well, we say here out of London, so we're going to stick with that one, we really are. And, I'm very humbled to meet Gina, I really, really am. Now, Gina, winter's coming. Are you sitting down and writing new stuff? Is there anything in the can coming out for the near future?
Oh, very, very much so. We've been working on a song recently that when I was out in Spain recently, I really loved that sort of Ibiza sound. It was, oh gosh, it really, really, really got to me. And so when I came back, I then wrote a song along with a wonderful songwriter, 2 songwriters in America, a woman by the name of Claire Stephan and Patricia Bishop Bland, I think. And anyway, they sent me these beautiful lyrics that I changed just slightly, only a few lines. And then I went into the studio, and so we've created like my first ever dance track. So I'm sort of, I'm really, really excited about that. And I'm hoping that everyone does enjoy that. But next week, I'm going back down to London to Martin's studio, where we will be recording further 2 songs. And we're all excited and fired up about that, because when I do write, I try to write from a very, very positive place, though the subject matter can be quite controversial at times, but the powerfulness and the uplifting part of when I write, it's one of those things that I just always have to have that positivity and that that feel good factor when I write. So I'm really, really excited about the further 2 songs. Now this is going to be taken us into, because that's 3. I've got another one released, coming up for release in December, the end of December. So the 3 new ones are going to take us well into maybe next April, May of next year. And then there will be, when those are being released, there will be some more being released again for the end of the year. So it's something that is obviously, for me, it's from being a live performer and loving live performing, to now spending such a lot of time in the studio, which I simply adore. I can't tell you, some people might go, gosh, I've got to get a bit of air. I just stay there. It's not a problem for me. So really excited about what's happening next year. But the one that is going to be released in December, well, that again means an awful lot for me, because this one was actually written for my mother. My mother always wanted to be a seamstress and to make wedding dresses. And so this is a song about someone who makes wedding dresses. And that's all I can tell you for now, because it is such a beautiful, we're really, really pleased and really chuffed about that one. And we truly hope all our listeners and all our fans and people out there really, really get a sense of incredible thinking that, gosh, she wrote this for her mother. She, this is, yeah. So I'm oh gosh, I get goosebumps when I think about that one, definitely.
Absolutely brilliant. And so I kind of take it that maybe, just maybe, you'll pass some new stuff on to us so that we can continue this relationship that we're forming right now.
I definitely think so. I don't think there's any chance that, that ain't not going to happen. Believe you me. Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure both Chris and I will be knocking on your door. Yeah, we've got another one.
Absolutely, and it's welcome, and it really is. And Make You Feel My Love. Tell me about this.
Gosh, well, this is an iconic song, and we know it was written by Bob Dylan and made very famous by Adele. And what I wanted to do was to try and put a little bit of a different slant on it, like just a very, very subtle nod to country. So it was a case of thinking, oh gosh, which guitars can we have? Which, what bass line would work? What, and literally for a cover, it literally took months. It took months because I just went, no, I don't like that guitar. Sorry. Do you mind? And the producer's like, okay, Gina, it's like, but when you know it's happened and when you know it's right, we're going with it. It's fine. We can go with it now. And it's an amazing feeling when you feel, gosh, we can go with this. and so it was a cover version, a cover which I always wanted to record. There's only a few that I would I like to record, and this was definitely one of them. Again, I was wanting to dedicate this to my beautiful daughter Carmen when I was singing it, and so but obviously everyone can associate who they want to dedicate it to themselves, and I just loved the song, but I just needed it to just have that little bit of a nod to country.
You know, I love it. I really do. Joining us live today is Gina Ross. Here's Make You Feel My Love on Galaxy. Ooh, it's hot in here. Can you turn on the Kiwi air conditioning for me, please? We have Kiwi air conditioning. It's called Open the Damn Window.
Oh gosh! Oh dear! Tell me, what is the weather like there? What is the temperature?
It's cloudy. It's muggy. It's 23 degrees.
Wow!
So,
That's nice. Well, that'll do me.
Yeah, oh, believe me, we're coming into summer, and we're on the east coast of the North Island of New Zealand, which is more a bit tropical, over being down the bottom of the South Island, if you know what I mean. They get snow down there. We don't get snow here, but they're a little closer to the pole than we are. So
right.
You see, do you know much about New Zealand?
I do like their wine.
Good on you. Good on you. What a Marlborough?
Yes, yeah. From the is it Whopper something Valley? Yeah, absolutely. I love the Sauvignon Blanc Marlborough. Yeah. Oh yes, absolutely delightful.
Well, I'll tell you what. The next time I'm down there, I'm going to tell them that. Really.
Please do.
Gina, we got Fractured next, and then we're going to wrap it up. But don't go anywhere, because we're going to take a couple of pictures. You'll get a copy of everything we do today, and tomorrow, when you wake up, probably you'll find a movie there that Barbara's done for you as well. Okay?
Lovely.
I usually say to people, you know, Gina, your friends and family will automatically love it because it's you. But I usually say, show it to somebody you don't like.
That's right, exactly.
It's a good boast. It is.
Yeah, right.
And I got to say thank you. I really do.
Okay, love.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're talking to Gina Ross, and absolutely loving this conversation. I really am. Got to let you know, Gina, 5,927 requests for that since we've been playing it. Not too bad.
Oh gosh, I'm so honoured. Gosh, 5,000.
Oh, believe me, I think you've resonated with our audience literally from around the world, and believe me, they're not shy about asking for your music. They really aren't. Having said that, though, we spoke about the Taj and how you performed at the Taj and everything like that. I got to let you know, we're going to be in India next year, early parts of next year, and Barbara and I is definitely going to be over in Bombay or Mumbai, if you want to put it like that. We've got friends there, and we're going to be staying at the Taj. I've booked in Obama's room.
Oh, yeah, if you can
Oh,
afford it.
wonderful, wonderful! Because there's the new part, and then there's the very old part, and oh gosh, the architecture is absolutely outstanding. I mean, honestly, and then of course it's right next to the gateway to India. You know, this wonderful place just near the sea, and oh gosh, you will have the most incredible time. And it's a pity that, you know, I don't know. I mean, we are talking a long, long time when I was there. Gosh, right, yes, yeah, well over 30 years. So, but gosh, they were so wonderful. The staff, everyone, the guests, the audience. Gosh, you're going to have an incredible time.
We have absolutely all respect for those people. We really, really do. And we love India as a whole. Believe me, we've got a lot of things going on over there, to be very honest with you. And I can't wait to share that with you once we finish this. Believe me, I think you'll be fascinated. I really do. So we've come to the end of this, but we've got one more to go. And believe me, this one I am absolutely loving. Tell me about Fractured.
Okay, so Fractured was actually written for my beautiful daughter, Carmen. Carmen is an incredibly sensitive woman, and she's had her own, unfortunately, mental health issues, which she's done wonderfully well coping with. Actually, one of the very first songs we actually wrote, which was "Go Easy," was written for her, and unfortunately, she's been going through a really tough time with her now ex-partner, and so much so it's been a situation of really being there for her and her two boys, my two grandsons. And so when you do see someone in so much pain and so hurt and so devastated, as a songwriter, you can only say, I've got to write about this, because you know it's going to resonate with so many other people, and you want to sort of bring the comfort to them and say, as the lyric does say, I'm not broken, I'm just fractured. Every day I find a way to carry on. And I've been there. I've had, you know, my heart devastated, and you don't think you're going to get it mended. You don't think, but time, as they say, is a wonderful, incredible healer, and I'm hoping that in time she will definitely heal, which she's definitely on her way. So we wrote this song for her and for all those that are going through a breakup, you know, going through a tough time. And again, we needed that essence of being positive, being uplifting, and towards the end of the song, it's there to just say, you know, but I'm rising, I'm healing, I'm feeling strong. And you know, you just feel like if someone's listening to it, that they're going to go, yes, I know I will feel better. And I know from a personal situation that I got better and I healed, and I just trust that those of your listeners out there who are going through the same situation as my daughter, that you find comfort and strength in this song, definitely.
You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. I got to dedicate this to Nicole Kidman. Here's Fractured with Gina Ross. Wow, love that. Yeah, of course, you know that Nicole and Keith have broken up.
Yes, yes, I don't know the backstory. I don't know what's happened with who, but I know she's pretty upset.
Yeah. Keith is a Kiwi too, by the way.
Oh, right, he is brilliant. I must admit. Yeah,
He's not Australian. He married Australian.
right.
And the rest of the world goes, oh, he's Aussie. No, no, he's not. He was
like
born
a
here.
Kiwi.
He talks like
He
a
doesn't
Kiwi.
talk like an Australian.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going through a midlife crisis right now. That's the whole deal, really. It is. Short and long of it is, it's just a midlife crisis.
Right.
But they can be absolutely devastating to a family.
Oh, well, because they kept saying the same thing about Carmen's ex. Oh, it's, midlife crisis. And I says, oh, so a midlife crisis involves another woman that goes to the same school, that has a child in the same classroom as my daughter. And, oh, yes, that is some midlife crisis. And you go, oh, okay.
Well, I keep telling my wife, I'm looking forward to mine.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Well, I'm not allowed to have one. Yeah, yeah, thanks, she says. Oh, gosh. Oh, dear.
No tea for him tonight, eh?
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, dear. All the women in here are laughing at that. Dear. So we've got about a minute to go, and then we will wrap this up. But please, Gina, don't go anywhere, because we do want to have a chat. I want to talk to you about getting you into the magazine, and I'm also going to ask you very, very humbly, can I play your music in India?
Oh, absolutely. Please do. That would be my absolute pleasure. Yes, thank you.
Let's get back. That's right. You know what? I'd forgotten to turn the mic on. You can't call this work when you enjoy yourself so much. You really, really can't. And today we've been talking to Gina Ross. We're going to say, coming out of London, England, good old London town. I'm not going to give you where she really, really is. It's, coming out of those mysterious parts of the UK. We're going to leave it at that, okay? But got to say, Gina, thank you so much. I'm very, very humbled to meet you, and I'm so grateful that you came for this interview. Will you come back again?
Oh, it will be my absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, DJ Grant. Thank you so much, Barbara. Thank you so much, your lovely wife, for having the time and inviting me along. And yes, it will be my absolute pleasure to see you all again. Thank you very, very much indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. And don't forget, please join me on Monday morning for the breakfast show between 5:30 in the morning and 10. Barbara will be back on Tuesday with a brand new setup for another interview. Believe me, you're going to love it. You really, really are. But until then, stay safe, okay? From me, happy radio, everyone.